Hello everybody and welcome back to the Drive with IG podcast. I soon need a new name for this podcast as it sounds shite. Have the Snapchat sensation David Cuddy, the most controversial man
I don't
on the
think
internet.
I'm controversial anyway.
What's the crack, David? You well?
Not a lot, no, Sunday morning.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
No problem. This is our office for today.
This is the highest table I've ever sat on my entire life.
I know, Vicky decided that she wanted a new table. She went over and bought this, and these were the old chairs. And now we seem like toddlers. When I'm eating my food, so she's going to buy a new chair. I know what she is.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I have to whip out the set of questions. I don't even know the end of my phone properly.
About 8 inches. Slight little bend to the left. I don't know.
If you don't know already, I'm a bit nervous about doing this because I've never had anyone else on the podcast, especially now.
I'm shaking at myself as well.
I've never had anyone as famous as Dave sit beside me before, so this is getting interesting, right? So Dave, I've a couple of questions that I've lined up to ask
And I can see.
And I've sent it.
We're sharing a microphone.
Because I'm too cheap to buy another one and because I'm broke. I've contracted my funds a lot over the weekend because we're just out to buying a house and we went sale agreed on the house if anyone was wondering, but anyway, I know you don't care. So Dave, when did you give up driving lorries and why? One question everyone wants to know about.
Do you? Who asks you them questions?
I put it up on Snapchat and Instagram the other day, right, about asking questions. I got
Alright.
about 7 people asking me, why did you give up driving lorries? And what did you do when you were driving lorries?
Well, I used to drive timber lorries because in our house everyone drove timber lorries. My father had timber lorries. My father actually he bought the first rigid F88 Volvo back in 1974
Right.
for timber. So my brothers took that over, and we were always kind of in forestry in some respect, but me and Greg and Garrett always preferred harvesting in the wood with the machines.
Yeah.
But when things got quiet and there wasn't anyone to drive the trucks, naturally enough, I was told, go drive a lorry. You don't need a car. You don't need an extra van for work. It sounded just fantastic. So started driving the lorry, and I'd done it for a while, but I just didn't like it. I got fat as a shite. I was about 17 and a half stone, and I was just breakdowns and you're stuck on the road. I remember one time it was just, I remember I was after going from a 340 horsepower pile of shite to a 500 horsepower Globetrotter Volvo.
Oh God.
And
so you upgraded in the world. Did you get a set of brown boots and everything?
Oh God, no, not had the timber, you don't know. But got to a roundabout one day and I got a little bit excited and I tried to get out, lifted the clutch, rung the half shaft, made shy of it on the side of the road. But I was after being in New York about 4 or 5 months before with my friends. And you know when you go into them shops that have all different t-shirts?
Yeah.
And you just buy the most outrageous t-shirts. But when you're getting up in the morning around 4:30, it's dark. You don't be minding what you're putting on.
No, in the same, yeah.
Summer day, roundabout, so I was beckoning traffic on. And people were looking at me and I got a few dirty looks, and next thing this woman pulls up. I'll never forget it. I was so embarrassed. I felt so bad. But she says, how dare you? I have a disabled daughter here with me looking at that. And I looked down and I had this t-shirt that was a woman in a wheelchair sucking off a guy saying, suck this, you crippled bitch. And I was there, oh my God. And I remember when we bought that, I don't know, we were half drunk or whatever, but I never wore it. And it was just, Vicky was after moving in and just clothes were, you get up in the morning, you put it on. It was the middle of the summer and I go put on a big heavy aluminous jacket. I remember sweating like a pig. It was horrible. But no, I had a accident with the lorry then. I was just there, oh fuck this, I just don't like it. I'm too fat, I'm not happy with it. I prefer being in the wood, and I just went back at it.
That's the thing with lorries. A lot of people don't really understand is that, like, when you're out half the day, you're on your own and you're miserable. It's a great job and it's more of a lifestyle. You know that yourself.
Yeah.
It's like I put up with it myself, and a lot of people don't know that. I'm driving years, so I seen exactly what you seen, and you seen the light and got out as quick as you could. You know, but for the likes of me and the lads that do it, it's you're never at home.
No.
You may hang a picture up with the missus because you're not going to see her ever. And you eat like a pig. You're constantly in those air stations making it lunch. Forget about it.
It's the rush.
That's for the
you
people
can't plan your day. So you get up in the morning, you go, right, I'm going to try and be home. The lads, we're going to go soccer tonight, or we're going to go out. And next thing, you're getting held up in every mill. You're getting held up on the road. There's a car crash. There's summer when the farmers are coming home with the turf, and you just can't get past this fucker. It's just
all you see is this
No, I'm not talking about the guys that they're 50k boxes and the guys doing silage. They move in out of the way. They know the crack like.
Yeah.
But if these old lads and they never look behind them and you're there, I'm never getting home.
No.
I'm never getting home. Oh no, I didn't enjoy it.
And he was sent from God to hold me up.
Yeah, exactly. And just the guards and going through the town, and anyone that looks at a timber lorry thinks, oh, look at that, there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
And like you could be after having the most perfect lorry going into the wood that morning, and then you get hardship and there's muck everywhere, there's dirt, and next thing the guards are there, oh, this lad looks suspicious, let's pull him in.
So is that where Cowboys Don't Care came from?
No, the Cowboys Don't Care. I remember going to a truck show one day and I seen this Scania way. Like, I didn't come up with Cowboys Don't Care.
Yeah.
Like, and I just remember thinking, what is he up on his Cowboys Don't? I just found it so funny. I was there thinking, this lad doesn't care. I was there, no one cares more than lorry drivers. Like, lorry drivers fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I noticed about lorry drivers, when you go in, I don't know what it is that you're set up with, you're always worrying about what the other lad got, what load he got, how long it took him, what weight was he, is he getting a handier run than me? Like, is he after getting a better lorry than me? All that, everyone, lorry drivers care.
Yeah.
So I was there, Cowboys don't care, they don't give a shite. That's how that started off. But yeah, no, I love driving lorries. Like, there's nothing cooler than a nice, cool lorry. But the responsibility.
Especially when you have kids and stuff like that, you just
can't
be around them anymore.
Exactly. Now there's not much. I don't get to be at home much now, but it's just nice not to have to go down with your ship. If I break down, I get into my van and I go home.
Yeah.
With the trucks, you can't do that.
No, I could tell you many stories about being broke down the side of the road. I'll never forget one day. I was out in the Ridge, right, and I was wasn't far from here. It was between Barras and Ossory and not Barras and Ossory. Where is it? Barras and Ossory and Offaly or Bor and Barras and Offaly and. Oh no, Roscrane and
Burr, yeah.
And it was snowing down, right? This was a couple of years ago when the snow was really pelting down. Next thing you know, two of my airlines burst out of nowhere. Like, it was a heavy load in the back of it. It wasn't overweight or anything, right? If anyone's wondering.
Never.
Never. It was just heavy, right?
Yeah.
So next thing you know, two of my bags burst. On the I had a tag axle, you know. Bags burst. This was already 6 o'clock in the evening. I'd been out since 6 o'clock that morning. So what else could go wrong, you know? Of course.
What was it, a Renault?
No, it was a DAF fridge body, right? It was a 32 foot, so 16. It was more than 16 pallets. You get 18 pallets. Like, it's a bus of a thing, right? The lift axle broke, so it couldn't build up air. Stuck on the side of the road. I was stuck there for 4 hours until someone, my brother now, funny enough, he just put it up on Snapchat. Is there anyone around board? A mobile mechanic. Lucky enough, this fella came out and he took out the 2 bags, crimped the airlines. Like, I had nothing with me. I didn't even have a spanner or nothing. Like, I literally had a sandwich.
if you break down, do you have a mechanic or?
No, it's whoever's closest to you in mechanic wise. We don't have a set breakdown mechanic because we're not big enough for that. You know, that kind of like all our trucks are really well maintained. They all go in for 13-week checks and stuff like that. Just because we know we don't have a garage, we don't have someone looking after them all the time. It's the dealers that look after us. You know, that kind of way. So that day alone, that was a 23-hour day.
No,
that whole
good.
day. So
Not good.
I came home that day and. It wasn't well after a while for that, and you were out in the fucking freezing cold.
But you probably charged them by the hour, and it was just.
Not me. I'm lucky to get paid over for my dad. Yeah. Alright, okay, we're going to drop on to the next question. So if anyone has any other questions for Dave about driving lorries, send it on to him because this might become a more regular thing.
I never gave a year, so it was about 2009.
Yeah.
2009 I stopped.
That just when things started getting good, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
So what made you start Snapchat?
I started Facebook first. I was on a page, Forestry Machine Operators blog.
Yeah.
I was just.
Can I say something that the hoodies they have, right, are class?
They are.
Every time I see you wear the hoodie, I was like, that hoodie is fucking.
Yeah, they are good. They are good. But I was just doing a few videos on that for competitions and stuff, and then I realised that I couldn't actually take my videos off it. So I decided to just start up my own Facebook page and put 1 or 2 videos, and they got loads and loads of views. And Snapchat. Then my brother said, "You should go on Snapchat," and I knew nothing about Snapchat. Never used it ever. So I kind of feel like I cheated with the whole Snapchat thing because the minute that I said on Facebook, "Oh, here's my Snapchat username," next thing, boom, I had 30,000 followers, and it just happened like that. And I had to figure out how to kind of use it first because I was doing my videos with, I had my phone and I was doing it vertical and I was using it horizontal. I was trying to figure it out, and then with Snapchat, I just decided people are preferring this now, and I started to realise that it didn't matter. Quality was just irrelevant, so I ended up just using my.
It really is like even the Christmas calendar videos. I record every single one of them on the phone, and no one once complained about the quality or whatever about them. So it just goes to show you, if you are doing this or you want to do this, no one gives a bollocks about you and your
I used to get a couple
like
of people going, Cuddy, horizontal. stop doing it vertical. But you see, with my videos, most of them, they all come from Snapchat. So like it's more difficult to hold. I can't be holding my phone like that.
No. But did you ever notice lately, right? I noticed that on yours and mine, right? Why does fucking Snapchat turn your fucking video into something that looks like it was drawn on a mega sketch? Did you see that?
Yeah.
The quality's just...
I know, it's mad. And quality is so... Facebook is such a problem. Like, they took away my bandwidth. So I don't... Because I won't sign up to AdSense.
Yeah.
They keep... Even though I want to upload in HD, they just fucking won't let me. And there's no one to talk to. There's just these imaginary people.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. But, fuck it. I think just do it.
Yeah. But that's what, like... I fucking hate Snapchat now. Because they turn the camera... as I said, into something that looks like it was drawn on a fucking mega sketch.
I know.
And you just can't do it. So like that's why I always put up stuff on Instagram. But you're only new enough to Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah, a year or something like that. Same, my nephew said you should be on Instagram. I said, alright, I'll give it a go. But it doesn't. I prefer Instagram now because it's not as you can ignore more.
Yeah.
That sounds bad, doesn't it? It's just that sometimes with Snapchat, it's just I can't look at everyone's messages, and I do try, but it's just you get so much.
How many messages on average would you get a day? Like?
See, it's I don't know. Like you open up your phone and you go into the messages part, and I really only look at the blue.
Yeah.
Because it's just you have this constant loading screen. Like sometimes like me and Vicky try in the weekend we try and look at a few, and next thing you see this message and you press it and it could be from like Christmas, and it's just it's really weird. Like it's hard to get through them. I try Facebook. I can get through the messages because you can just keep going through, keep going.
It's actually a list.
It's a list.
Snapchat's a constant.
Yeah, and you can stay loading. But Instagram seems to be people don't message as much, or if they do, it's just a short little tag, and you can kind of control it better. But
yeah, I love Instagram compared to Snapchat. But the only thing is, with likes of what you do and what I do, everyone's on Snapchat, whereas Instagram to them is a new thing as well. Do you know what I mean? Like all lorry drivers don't know what fucking Instagram
is. I do think Instagram is, you could make more money with Instagram. I can see how you can make more because people can get in contact with you better, and you can, some company messages and you can press into the company, you can see the profile, and you know exactly. Snapchat is a fucking cesspool. You'd be going through Snapchat.
Do you ever get pictures of like Mickey's?
Oh Jesus! I thought back in the old days, I thought that if you had a public profile, that you'd be getting on your tits and fannies. Oh no. It's all dick and balls. it is all dick and balls. And any breasts you get are not ones you want to be looking at. It's just not good. Like you get some outrageous stuff. Like I mean, no fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like I got what you get some lads now, and this is no joke. They will be jerking off, and they'll be there. Hey, Cuddy, what do you think of this? One lad blew his load while videoing it.
Oh, sweet fucking Jesus.
So it's fucking. I used to do this thing where I'd be there, strippers and cocaine, and you'd have all these guys sending you videos of strippers and cocaine, and I'd be there, yeah guys, am I kidding? I'm only kidding.
I'm a family man. I have 2 kids.
Yeah. Vicky would be going through messages and she'd go, oh my god, that is just disgusting.
Vicky's mad PC, isn't she?
Oh, mad PC. Yeah, we're totally different.
That's what I always think when we're watching the videos, because I'd always be watching the videos with my missus, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, she's like, how does she put up with that? Do you know what I mean? Like not put up with it as in like.
No, I get it.
Do you know what I mean? But she's
she puts up with it. Like Vicky is so different to me. Like Vicky, we don't laugh at the same things. Like she would burst her whole laughing in there at the most dreariest. Like she keeps watching Vicar of Dibley and all these she's into this real bland, like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah. The plainest fish and chips comedy.
Yeah. Whereas I like just depraved fucking weird shit, boring stuff. So if it's not stupid comedy like Will Ferrell and Step Brothers and stuff like that, it's a horrendous documentary about Auschwitz or fucking.
All that shit is just brilliant, though. Do you know what I mean? I watch it and I just think it's just simple comedy and it's hilarious.
My favorite comedy ever is The Office. I just love The Office. The English one. I love Ricky Gervais. It's just brilliant. I just love it. I absolutely love The Office. I watch it over and over and over.
Did you ever watch the documentary on him? He only done recently enough now.
No,
I can't remember what your man's name was. They interviewed him, right? But Ricky Gervais brought him down to the graveyard, right? His local graveyard, and he goes, "Nah, you can fucking say that you fucking hate me and call me a twat on Twitter or whatever you want, but say one day I'll meet you here and we'll all be fucking here.
Yeah.
So if you don't laugh, you're only a cunt.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant. I love his sense of humour. I like that. He just doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's not, because he's got to a stage now. He's a millionaire, and like the Golden Globes, that was fucking perfect.
Yeah. Gave everyone the
and it's the only reason anybody watches it is just to see what Ricky Gervais says to all these.
Make sure that none of them are fucking perfect and they're
exactly,
all the tag.
I know, it's mad.
Oh, fucking hell.
Next question.
These are all, by the way, these are all shy questions. Yeah, I made them up off the top of my head, but these are just conversation starters, and then me and Dave will flow into other shy. If you had two Mickeys, what would be the first thing you do? The both
of them would do the same thing as the other one does. Nothing. Right? When you have a wife that is 7 months pregnant, let me tell you, your Mickey's the most useless thing in the whole house. Useless.
Never mind, we'll get on to a different question, right? If you won the lottery, what would you do?
Oh God!
And that's a shy question as well. Do you know? I actually thought
if I won the lottery, I would just love to build a nice house with a massive big shed. I'd love to put my car in it, have a nice little place where Vicky's not around, play the PlayStation, the pool table, just a little getaway. I know everyone always says that you'd like to work, but I would. I like to just work, but just not hard.
Yeah.
Just do about 5 hours a day. That'd be perfect.
But people don't understand, like, if you don't work, what the fuck would you do?
Oh yeah, you go mad.
You wake up at 1 o'clock and you'd be the most depressed person in the entire planet.
Yeah,
what would I waste my money on today? You know what I mean? I'd be the exact
work for 5 hours, waste money then for another 5 or 6 hours.
I do the continent or something 3 days a week, or do England.
Did you ever do the continent?
No, never. This summer I'm going out. It's either Italy or Germany I'm going to. But there's a new lorry coming, so this is all the fucking lead into that. Do you know what I mean? And then we'll get the new lorry, and then the next week I'll be gone.
What are you getting?
I can't tell you yet.
Secret.
No, because if it doesn't come and something happens,
oh, then you look like a cunt.
I look like an arsehole.
Yeah.
I might get a new lorry. Who fucking knows? Do you know what I mean?
Are you getting it if it comes?
I'm getting it, yeah.
And did you? If
there's actually two coming. There's two. One for the other fella, the brother. And one for me. Maybe now. This is all circumstantial, but
if it does come out, do you get macked out?
Yeah.
What are you getting? What would you like?
No, actually, when it comes to like big lorries or anything, like big Volvos or Scanias or anything like that, it might not be either of those. It might be a Renault. So don't get your fucking hopes up, right? But the simpler the better, and that's why we've always kept them. Never went stupid mad putting stupid lights and all this shit on it. Like my older brother's R580 has 5 Volvo mark lights on the top, 2 big air horns, 2 grill lights, and the rest was standard. Do you know what I mean? But like, there's a few touches here and there that aren't standard. Do you know what I mean? Like badges and the livery does more than anything else. Just grand up top of it, and nothing else on it. Just the plainer the better. Nearly. Some of them are class with all these special interiors and all, but I look at them sometimes. I'm not trying to offend anybody or anything. A lot of them look like the inside of a fucking coffin or something.
They do, yeah, the inside. But there's something cool about it.
It's cool.
If you have a flagship, like if you had loads of money, like if I won a lottery, there's no way I wouldn't have the most pimped out. Like something that you see in India.
Yeah.
There'd be lights, flags on it. There'd be little. Oh, it'd be just mental.
But I do the same as well. But again, at the end of the day, like if you bought like an R580 kind of like top of the range with a tag axle and everything on it, is that recording? You have to be fucking careful with this thing. But like if you buy all that flagship and all that shit, right, and you pay 150, 160 pound, whatever it is, if you put any more into that, you're paying that off for fucking 10 years. You know yourself, and the lifeline of a lorry, especially if it's hard.
But we don't do that for the good reasons.
No,
we do it for the laugh.
We do it for stupid reasons and to do it whatever. But fucking, we were just brought up fucking. If it does make money, it does make sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I love special interiors and they look class, and some of them are unreal. Like there's. Do you ever see Cathal Martin's? John Martin's from Niche. No?
Yeah.
He has one. He got his. I don't know if it's an R560 or 580, whatever he has, but he got the inside done, and it's class. And one of McNamara's lads, or Liam McNamara, has the inside of his R580 done as well, and that's class. Just real smooth leather and everything's just really well done, and they're class. But some of them are just fucking OTT too much. You know what I mean? It's like
Volvo Scania.
I don't know. Scania for the sound probably. I don't
know. For the VA.
Oh, actually, this is a question I'd ask you. What about you? You're pretty Volvo.
Volvo. I love Scanias. I think they look cool. But I just Volvo.
My
father had Volvos, and my brother loves Volvos, and I like them. When my nephew got that new Volvo Rigid, not the red one.
Yeah, I seen that. That's fucking. I see him all over the place because I'm always up and down past Money.
Yeah, that's a class lorry.
Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah.
What's that 540? Is it?
Yeah. It is nice now.
Lads are living the dream.
It is nice, but they're not as nice inside as the Scania. Scania are just nicer inside. There's a nicer interior on them.
It's like the difference of getting into, I don't know, like if you get into a BMW, you know what I mean? It's a fucking
Yeah.
It's a mission you're getting into.
It is.
You drive
It is.
fast and sideways and
Yeah.
fucking whatever. That's what
I was
Scania
listening
is.
to one of your podcasts, and you were saying that you'd love to buy, or you're thinking of buying a M5.
I'm buying an M5, yeah.
And
It might be next year.
what one? E60.
E60.
Why?
It's the V10. It's just
I think I just so disappointed in them.
really.
Yeah.
Did you ever drive one?
No, I got into one, and I seen one. I never actually drove one, and it's like I like the new one now,
Yeah.
especially the competition.
That's
That is savage.
Class.
But the E39, I have an E39, and I loved it. It was
Where-
it was my dream car.
Where is it?
I was
And why-
parked in a shed.
and
I tell
the
you,
brakes gone solid on it or what?
no, it's not. It has. I tell you, right. I bought that car. It was always my dream car.
Yeah.
Right, and when I did actually,
And perfect colour, by the way.
yeah, and when I did buy it, and I spent so long trying to buy it, and when I did get it, then it was like, oh, jeez, I'm after getting my dream car. This is great. First weekend I got it, burnt the back tires off it, and realised that they were €300 a pop. I'd never done that again.
Right, so we stopped for a refreshment break if you're wondering, because we're about on par stock.
It's not beer, and I have to do family stuff after this, so I can't.
I don't have to drive all the way back to
Yeah.
drink it all.
So yeah, I always want one,
Yeah.
and it took me ages to find the right one.
And what year did you buy it in? Well, it probably was nearly new, was it?
I can't remember. When I got rid of my 530, I had a 530, and that was 03, and then I got that 05 or 06. Anyway, bought that, and I spent so long looking for it because
Yeah.
I always had in my head I wanted the blue, I wanted it perfect, I wanted full service history, I wanted it, and I remember finding one in Limerick, and I bought it off. He was a lecturer down in Limerick, and I went down to look at it. And I went to drive a few, and lads wouldn't let me drive them. Didn't think I was serious about buying them.
I have a fucking story for you, I'll tell you.
It's so annoying. Like I was there, I wanted to look at the M5. You're not insured on it, and I was there. Of course, it's not my car. How would it be fucking insured on?
Do you not have fucking garage plates? That's what they're for.
Yeah, but you see, it's not. It wasn't easy to get one in a garage place. When you would go to buy an M5 or something back then, they weren't that popular. They were always in a private. It was always kind of a private setting. I was looking at them. But I remember going down to look at it and driving, and I was there. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. I wanted. Anyway, when I did get it, it was just, I just loved it so much. And then everything went to shit. And I remember things were going bad, and money was tight, and everything was falling apart.
Yeah.
And I remember everyone kept saying, "Sell them five, sell them five." And at the time, they weren't fucking worth a lot. And I was there, I'm fucked if I'm getting rid of this, y'all. It's my dream car. I'm gonna park it in the shed. So the reason I never show it to anyone is because it's parked in a friend of mine's shed, and people fucking see stuff, and I just don't want anyone seeing it, and it just depresses me going out to look at it because I want to drive it. Because where do I put it?
And then like the second you bring it outside that door, it'll be fucking gone.
Exactly,
because
and
people know you now, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
People
exactly.
see you
Where I live now, 2 cars out the front. That's it. I can't get into my back. Like, it's not really where I want to be. And when I do build my own house down, I have a nice shed.
And I heard you and Vicky talking about it on Snapchat. Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah, we're gonna build a new house, and want to find the right site, and I want a nice shed in the back of it. I want a little man cave.
Do it all from the fucking start.
Yeah, do it all from the start.
That's what this house is like. That fucking we're after buying. It's 2-bedroom cottage that's been completely, I mean, fucking top to bottom redone. Nothing old in it at all. The only thing old about it is the fucking brickwork on the outside. That's it. And fucking, we're gonna move straight into it. All we're going, she has spent all my fucking. This is why I said I had my funds outside. She has spent all my fucking money, right?
Get used to it. Get fucking used to it.
Because when I watch our Snapchats, I'm like, this is the most fucking relatable thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it's true. If
that's why people enjoy it.
You have to keep the woman happy. And your priorities change when you have kids. Everything changes when you have kids. You just, I think you only really mature when you have kids. I didn't anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time you actually think, oh, there's someone more important than me.
Yeah.
You can love your woman.
Yeah.
You know, but if you come home and your woman's gone balls deep in some lad, you don't love her anymore. But if you walk in and see your daughter and your chaps, hopefully when they're about 18 or 19, gone balls deep in someone, you still love them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just your priorities change and you start working towards a different goal, a more meaningful goal, and it's that's good.
It's for everybody. It's not just for you anymore.
Yeah.
But again, going back to M5s, yeah. He said, "Well, why do you not like the E60? Do you like it?" Like,
well, number one, I didn't like the E60. I drove a couple of 530s and cool engine and all that.
But you know, when you bought your one, right, back when it was the shape just before that, like, when you look at a new 5 Series when it comes out, you're like, that's fucking ugly.
It's just that the coolness went off. And like, if you look at a 5 Series now, isn't what a 5 Series was back. When you seen an E39 5 Series back in 03, 04, they were a big car. Not many people had them.
Yeah.
But if you see a 5 Series now, everyone kind of has them.
Yeah,
they're like the new 3 Series.
Yeah.
So the 5 Series now is kind of like the 3 Series.
And
The
that-
E-Class now is like the C-Class.
Yeah. And the E60s were fucking so popular. They're still fucking like
Yeah.
they're still.
And they're supposed to be a pile of shite.
Are they?
Like I'm on all these sites, you know, like
Forums, not.
forums,
Yeah.
and they all say the same thing. They give constant bother. Oh, sorry, nearly puked. Constant bother, and they're always and really expensive. Like, do you have a mechanic that can fix all it? Like, do you have a guy you know?
No.
And like, when you,
I don't know. The only people I know are fucking not outside my own fucking house, and the other one is me missus. So.
but that's the thing. When you have a car like that, you go to take it anywhere. You can only take the BMW because most things that you want to get done, people say, "Oh, well, I'll do that, but I don't have the tool, and so I have to buy the tool, and so it doesn't really make sense. I'd have to charge you too much." Like I remember a resistor switch went on my M5. I fucking couldn't get anyone to do it. Lads were doing, I fucking
And
hear
didn't
that.
want to touch it because there was too much fucking.
I went at it myself. Right, it was a horrible mistake. I'm not that mechanically minded. When something breaks down in the wood, I will rip it apart.
I see. I do watch this and so you must be fairly mechanical.
Well, like machines are, you know, if something big goes like a pipe, you know, you're talking 32 spanners. You're fiddling away at it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to electronics and stuff, I can't. But with the M5, I was there, right, no, fuck this, I'm going to do this myself. So I got YouTube and I was taking off stuff and I was out in the front and I had the whole dash took out of the car. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what am I after doing?
And you know what the worst thing is when you go to put it all back together and say, why is it fucking wobbling?
Oh, but that's what I was afraid. I ended up getting a mechanic friend I know had to come in and he'd put it all back together because I just had a fucking panic attack. I was
Where's all the screws?
Yeah, I was
Fuck
just.
I know.
And it was just such a tiny little thing. Because a few little things happened to me. I remember I first started with Vicky and I was there, oh fuck, she's going to want to drive this. So I insured her on it for a while and she was driving it. And she rang me one morning and she says, do you remember back in 010, it was real bad cold weather? Yeah. She said, oh, the indicator's on. I said, what do you mean the indicator's on? Just the indicator's on, it won't go off. And I was there, the indicator's on and it won't go off. No, it won't go off. Indicator's just stuck to the left. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I said, right, you may go see, can you get it sorted? So the only way that it came off was if you put it onto the left. So the right was stuck on, but if you wanted it on, you put it onto the left.
Yeah, I heard that's a fucking common problem with BMW anyway.
Fine, no big deal. The DOE was nearly up on it, so it had to be fixed. So we drove down to Care. That's where we bought the car. Well, bought the 530, but anyway, went down and they said, oh, it's a stock, €250, €150 to program it in. Grand, okay, do that. Then he comes out. No, it was €250 and then €150 to program it in. Then they came out and go, sorry, that's not it. It's the lighting unit. I was like, right, what's that? €1,500 and €130 to program it in. And I was there, oh Jesus, I hadn't fucking money at this time. This was like, we had money saved to go do a boiler. The boiler wasn't working outside. We were planning on getting that done. And I was like, right, well, we need to pass DOE. We need to fucking... And that car only done 7 or 8 miles to the gallon. It was a fucking sow. So I had to pay that. And then they wouldn't take back the stock because it was a used part.
Fucking...
Honest to God, they
were hardly belonging to Joe Duffy, were they?
I don't know who didn't care. Morrison's in Care.
I'll tell you something, right? Do you ever hear of any stories from Joe Duffy? Joe Duffy, if you, or any of you are listening, and I don't care if it fucking singles me out to work with anyone. Fuck, you're all a shower of fucking arseholes. Remember I was telling you the story, right? I went in to look at a Golf R about 2 years ago, right? Now, I had the fucking money. I would have had the money to buy it and walk out that day and get it, you know, that kind of way. No, I'm not saying I'm fucking loaded.
He's saying he's loaded.
Lorry drivers knows that, especially if you're from Dublin, right? No, but I went in, right, and I was like, I had a fucking car at the time and I didn't like it, and I was like, fuck it, I got balls out because I'd only had an R32 Golf, the Mark 5 one before that, and I fucking loved that, and I saw that and I regret that as well. So that's why you don't.
Was that V6?
V6, yeah. It was DSG as well, so I had it was awful problems with DSG, but I didn't have money at the time to fucking put it into it. I would have had to put about £4,000 into it, do you know what I mean, to fucking do everything right in it. And I said, fuck it, I'll sell it. And I actually got that converted to a van and everything, right? So the tax was only £300 in it, so I was robbing the government anyway. But I couldn't afford to.
I don't condone such things.
But I had it and I sold it and I fucking regret it anyway to the day I die. And that's why I don't ever sell that M5 because that was my poster car, you know what I mean? The Mark 5 R32 it was. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to go fucking live my dream here now. I'm going to go in and buy a Golf R because I seen one on Cars on whatever, and I seen that one had the sunroof, the leather seats, Prioria alloys on it, everything perfect. So I went in to buy it, right, and some fucking ginger, goudy little arsehole, right, one of the salesmen, he's younger than I was, I'd say. I went in and I said, hey, look, I seen the Golf R online, I'd love to, you know, have a look at it and bring it for a spin or whatever. he fucking wouldn't let me near it until he prepped me for finance.
What?
Right? He said, oh no.
Did he say that to you?
Yeah. He goes, no, before you go on a test drive and that, we'll have to prep you for finance first. I was like, can I not like look at the car? Can you not just even show me it before you fucking sign me up to finance for it? Like, oh no, you have to be doing this.
He was discriminating against you because you were black.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what their fucking policy is, right? But I have more horror stories, especially including my dad. My dad's only have to get now a horror story, which I'll do for you just now, right? But anyway, I said, right, I didn't even think about it. I was like, right, fucking whatever, we'll go through it and sign it up to it. I brought it out for a fucking test drive and I scared the fucking bollocks out of him because he annoyed me that much. So I was sitting there driving and I was like,
so if he didn't hate you before, he fucking really hated you then?
We came out, it was in Airside in Sarge, right? And we're Airside, it's like near enough to the airport, right? And there's this big massive straight when you come out of the garage and go left. I fucking thought I was doing 180 by the time I got down to the end of it. And there's
on a closed road.
On a closed road, and I might actually get fucking sued for this. But anyway, I scared the bollocks out of him, and I made him go get petrol for the car anyway because I wanted to go on a longer spin. Came back anyway, and then fucking ignored his phone calls for the rest of the 2 weeks after, just because he annoyed me, you know. And anyway, that was a horror story. But then me fucking outfit, right? He bought 2015 Discovery off Land Rover Joe Duffy. Now they're only new enough in Airside, right? So he paid fucking, I was like, near enough 50 grand for this fucking Jeep, right? He's only a couple of years old at the time. And he bought it and fucking, he took the extra 3 years warranty on it, paid another 2 or 3 grand, whatever it was for that. And fucking the second he took it out of the garage, the brakes started locking up on it. Right, the front brakes started locking up, brought it back. Now we can't fix that because it's an ancillary to brake. Can't fix that. Like 6 months of heartbreak and turmoil, and he's only out now, and he lost like the majority of his money and had to get rid of it.
If you buy a Land Rover, you have to be aware that's going to happen.
No, but we know now they're not
because right. They're an awful pile of shit.
And then fucking, my man bought a 16 one, brand new one 16, right? And fucking the second it was fucking paid for, the fucking gearbox fucking 2 weeks after it was paid for.
My mind was blown. My nephew bought in Vogue, not that black one. Did you see that?
I've seen that, yeah.
Nice car.
Yeah.
Really looked good. And he was coming home from work, and he clipped a roundabout in Kilkenny.
Right.
Now he clipped it. It didn't even break the alley. It didn't even mark the alley. It just burst the wheel.
Just took off it, yeah.
It ripped the wishbone off it, pulled the drive out of the gearbox. And like I seen it. I seen it with my own fucking eyes. I wouldn't have believed it. The wishbone of a vehicle that's supposed to be an off-road vehicle, right? Like way for thin.
Like it was like a fork.
Absolute dung. They're dung.
We'll never go near them. He'll never go near them again for as long as he fucking lives. He fucking.
No, I don't think anything's really made strong anymore. Everything's kind of made kind of weak.
Fucking, and I'll tell you another story about job. No, I'm really going in on them here now. But fucking, I went for a job interview there about 4 years. Remember when I told you a few minutes ago where I left?
Did they sell Volkswagen and BMW?
They sell everything. Everything. They've Kia, Land Rover, Volkswagen, fucking. They've the whole lot. BMW, everything. I went there for an interview, right, in the Volvo garage of it, right, for a fucking valeter's job, right. It was fucking shite job anyway. It was shite money. But I went for the interview because I just wanted to get into the new trade and I was willing to learn, so I fucking said, right, I'll go in and do valeting or whatever. And I went in and the fucking manager comes in, slams the door behind me in the interview room and he goes, what's the story with the tattoo on your neck? I was like, it's like fucking 2016, man. I said, we have a gay T-shirt as well, do you know that? He's like, I was like, anyway, what's the problem with it? Oh, people might find it offensive. I says, doesn't say fuck you.
Was this during the interview?
This is during the interview. He was interviewing me for this job, but he was more ridiculing me with it.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, people might find that offensive. I says, well, it doesn't say fuck you on it. Why would people be offended by it? It's just not the Joe Duffy way, I'm afraid.
That was it.
For a fucking 20 grand a year balloting job, like.
Fuck me.
You know what I mean?
I seen the coolest. I don't know whether I'm still out on whether it was the coolest tattoo or not the coolest tattoo ever. I was in a filling station one day and I was looking at the guy in front of me and he had a tattoo. Oh, starting here all the way down. When we party hard. and I had to say to him, I was there. That is fucking brave.
That's ballsy.
That is brave. I'd love to get a tattoo.
Why? I remember I heard you saying it.
I'd love to get a tattoo.
And what you think? Where would you get it?
Here.
Yeah. And what do you want it to be? Do you want it to be about your kids, or do you want it to be?
No. No, nothing like that. I always doodle and then draw my own.
I see that tattoo on your hand. It looks alright.
Yeah,
You've got skills.
Yeah, you have skills. I used to be good at art in school. I was actually one of the only people in our house to finish school, like school. I didn't imagine that I'd end up where I am now. Like, I always try to push away from all that.
Yeah.
I think when you grow up in a family where, like your father's at Lurries, I think because you can always fall back on it. You go, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And you try a million other things before it. No, I didn't try a million other things. I tried one or two other things.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think it stops you from doing more or something.
Yeah.
I went to school and I thought I was shy at maths, and I always struggled in maths. I was shy at that, but I always liked English, and I was good at art and stuff. And I thought I wanted to do industrial design.
Yeah.
And then when we were doing our leaving cert, I remember a friend of mine died in a car crash, and I just changed my perception on things.
Yeah.
And I stayed at home playing the PlayStation for I think all that summer. I just played Gran Turismo all summer. And my brother Gareth, he's 2 years younger than me.
He's the funniest cunt I've ever seen.
He was no joke, right? Now this is God's and honest truth. 13 years of age, chainsaw in the wood. That's what he was doing. 13, 14 years of age, I was working chainsaws, and like we're farmers originally. Like I'd be always talking about the Illuminati, but yeah.
That's what I say. Do you get all the shit over that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, especially when I go on about grant money and yokes, and people think I'm money.
Don't be telling anyone.
Don't be telling anyone. Yeah. But I just didn't want to do that, and I used to do it in the summer. I used to be in the wood in the summer.
It was something to do in the summer, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but I didn't think it'd be something that I'd be into. And then I remember my brother got a contract taking the timber off the trains in Waterford City. So the trains with the timber would come in.
I only passed by there. That timber yard.
We used to do that, and I remember they bought this big Liebherr 901 with an extendable cab, and says, do you want to drive it? I said, I can't drive a digger. I never.
Your brother said this to you, yeah?
Yeah, I'd never drove anything. I was 17 years of age, and I drove the machine. Not time I used to back the lorries around the yard, but I never actually done anything full time. And I remember saying to my friend Michael, I was there, fucking daddy and Seamus were after asking me to go down and drive the digger the yard, and he was there. Well, you may do something. You're a useless bastard. I was there. All right, okay. So I went down there, and I remember talking about being through in at Deep End. We used to sleep in the lorries down there. Like we used to drive down, sleep in the lorries. The first train would come in around 4:30 in the morning, and you get out and you start wrapping the straps and taking the straps off it, and then the lorries would come and you just load. 3 trains a day. We were doing at one stage.
Did that have how many fucking carriages worth of fucking?
Oh, it was
100 on it.
Yeah, we were doing like 1,000, 1,500 ton a week, like. But like it was all going up through the city at the time, and the road closed off the time they were doing Ferrybank.
Should they were only building the whole road going in?
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed working down there. It was hard, but it was my first time to actually go get a kick in the bollocks. And got my first new car, and got Peugeot 306. I love them. I always loved them.
Yeah.
And I got my brand new 306. What was it at the time?
206 was it?
No, 306.
Right.
£14,000 I think it was.
I'm sure you were fucking the big bollocks.
Oh, I thought it was a great lad, and I think I was like the car. Brother took the payment out of my wages and gave me £50 or €100. This is back in 98, 99.
Sure, that would have been plenty, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was plenty. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I wasn't going out. I was a late starter. I don't think I drank until I was 19 or 20 years of age.
I was always drinking when I was 14.
Fuck no, I never. My father's a teetotaler, and so is mammy.
Because fucking I was the fucking generation that fucking I started secondary school and the recession hit. So fucking no one had money. Like fucking everyone's parents, anyone that I hung around with, all their parents were fucking crying, and they're always thinking they were gonna lose their houses. So we'd be lucky to get a tenner a week, and fucking basically what happened was we went down to the fucking local shop, gave some fucking creepy out all our money. He went in and he bought us all these 2-litre bottles of cider, and sure we were away. No one really gave a shit because so much shit was going on at the time anyway, you know what I mean? So no one really gave a fuck. So fucking I started fucking way too early, and all no happy friends are all dead from alcoholism and all. No, that didn't really happen. We're all alright now, but that's what fucking we did.
What was your first car?
First car, Peugeot 206.
206.
It was fucking orange.
Orange,
right?
The burnt orange one.
Yeah,
I remember.
I called it Terry because Terry's fucking orange, and I was the biggest dick around Drogheda. I fucking everyone seen me coming. You know what I mean? Well,
were you by racer kind of thing?
I wanted to be, but I never had the steez to pull it off. Do you know what I mean? I had a 206 and I tried to take the exhaust off it one day, and that didn't work out too well. But
what was your first say? I love this car. Yeah.
The first proper car. I remember I got a 1.9 TDI. Cause my older brother always had golfs, right? He bought golfs from Neil. He bought 1.9 TDI back in the day, and this is back when they were GT TDIs and they were the fucking bollocks. You know what I mean? They were only Mark IVs, but they were the big bollocks at the time. So I bought a 1.9 TDI one now. me not having much knowledge around the whole car scene, right, I didn't fucking realise when I bought it that the back axle wasn't really in line with the front axle.
Oh,
So
really?
it's like a crab going up the road.
Oh, fuck.
So I never knew it, but I drove that around and I thought it was the fucking biggest bollocks ever. 2 litre diesel. I'm only 17. Yeah, no one else had a car. None of my friends, to this day, none of my friends still have cars. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's where their generation they were in. They didn't buy cars. You know what I mean? They just walked everywhere and got the bus or whatever. I was the only one of my friends to have a car for years. Even some of my friends still don't have cars to this day. You know. So I bought that and I got a job in Aer Lingus a couple of weeks after. Now this was fucking rare because again there was no jobs going really.
What were you doing in Aer Lingus?
I started out right. I literally left school. I was doing 6 hours a week in Super Value and local Super Value in Drogheda, right? And I was just stacking shelves. And because I put on my CV that I had been loading lorries for me dad and helping him or whatever in the logistics sense, I applied for a job at Aer Lingus to load the planes with the the food lorries. So you drive up.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, right. I didn't even know what I was applying for at the time. I hadn't a fucking clue. Like I just applied for it, and next thing I got an interview or whatever. But it was, those scissor lifts that go up to the side of the planes. Drive one of them, right? So I applied for it. 6,000 people applied for the job. 5 of us got it, and I was one of them. And I was only 17 at the time, right? So I got thrown in at the deep end again. Never driven a fucking lorry before. I wasn't allowed driving around the yard because I was a liability around the yard. So I ended up hitting things and whatever. But I got into these lorries and we were trained how to do them. And your man, you'd go on a driving test before you're allowed anywhere near them. He says, "You know how to drive?" I was like, "What do you mean I know how to drive?" "No, I don't." He goes, "Nah." He said, "The second you got in, you had one hand on the steering wheel. That's all I need to know." And that was it. That was the driving test. And then you were put with a crew, and I was always the driver. I was taking on just the driving, not to go into the planes, but sure, you end up going into the planes anyway. And you drive up to the side of the planes. Now, imagine your first job driving a lorry and you're dealing with like €90 million worth of equipment.
Did you ever hit one?
No, never. Thank God. I've seen lads hit one, right? Actually, I seen one day. I was on a crew with a lad, and I was his marshal, so I was marshalling him in and out. And he came up to the side, and now on the front of these, they go to the side of the plane. It's like a bridge, right? But on these bridges, there's still like rubber things to stop it, damage. I have to keep fucking resetting this camera there, so it's blown up as well. So yeah, I was in Aer Lingus and it's just it was a great job, and I would have never left if we weren't let go. Put it that way,
You never done any harm?
No. Actually, didn't do any damage at all.
So when I started down the train station, my brother said one day they used to, if we were really falling behind, what they'd do is they'd drop a trailer. They used to have spare trailers, and they'd drop it down the back. And then you'd unload it, or you'd load it, tie it down, and then someone would come, drop another trailer, and then it'd speed things up a bit.
So they're dropping pick basically.
But they used to leave a lorry there, and Barry says, "Back that up to it, hook it up, and I'll get in and I'll go." I'd never hooked a lorry before. I reversed it in, and I thought I'd done everything perfect. And Barry comes down and he goes, "Is that hooked?" I was like, "It is." "Are you sure?" "Yep." Barry tore down. He hadn't gone about 20 feet, and next thing the trailer just fell off, the 2 legs bent back in under it, pulled the mud guards off. I was shy of it. I'd done so much harm down there. When we got the first lead, anyway, it would grab half a bay of timber, and there was jacks on the front of it, so you put down the hydraulic jacks and then it stabilised it, right? Every so often you have to clean up the yard, and there was a blade at the back, so you drive around, you clear up for the lorries to back in. But I drove down, started to unload the train, but forgot that I was on the wrong side of the digger thing. So I hadn't stabilised it. So when I swung over, then the whole thing went to fall. So I just drove down the whole crane on top of the neck of the trailer, burst the 2 airbags out of it, bent the bars. My poor father was sitting there drinking tea. There was fucking tea all over the place. Oh fuck, I made some shit of it. When you're learning though, you have to be stupid. You're always stupid when you're learning.
People think that fucking you don't make any mistakes. I've made fucking loads.
Everyone does.
I went back fucking in July driving lorries. I'd only gone back driving Arctics again, right? That was one of the fucking first days I was back, and fucking I was in a 4x2 dirty premium, as Garrett would call it. But I was in a 4x2.
34x2.
Yeah, 34x2. Why does he call them 34x2?
He only calls them 34x2s if it's a V6 or a VA. It does not make sense having a big VA with a yoke that can't carry the weight. I just don't understand it.
No, we don't understand it at all. We have a 4x2 V8, but it's the 520. Like it's just it was the big thing back in the day, but not anymore. Now it's the 580 twin tag and fucking everything on it. But fucking when I came back driving, I was back in a day or 2, and I was fucking flying it. Do you know what I mean? Not a mistake made. And I get a fucking phone call. And this is the worst thing ever. You'll never realise. But if you're ever hitching up a trailer and you get a phone call, fucking common sense and reasonable thinking just goes out the fucking window. So you forget what you're doing. So I fucking was hitching down the trailer load of fucking glass, right? Fucking full to the brim of glass. Must have been about
Broken.
Oh no, it was like bottles, you know, like for like Guinness,
yeah.
whatever, right? And I was like, right, grand, forgot to fucking wind down the legs, didn't I, when I was on hitching it? Fucking stupid bollocks. But I came out real slow, so I was on the phone, I was like, right, grand, that's the one, took the rest out, grand, into the cab, drive off, and the second you see it going lower than it should, you're like, oh bollocks.
Yeah.
And I fucking came out, I just about caught it, the mud guards tore off the back of the fucking lorry, the trailer off the ground, and I was waiting for it to just tip over, you know what I mean, and touch the ground. And lucky enough that didn't fucking happen, and nothing was broken, and I didn't break the legs, because I fucking realised halfway through pulling out that the legs weren't on it, but it's that, like, the grease in the fifth wheel was just letting it go. And I just stopped dead, and then it fell off the yoke, but I had to let it take the mud guards and lights and everything off the back of the fucking lorry. There we go. One of the lads, Dean, was in the yard, right, and I'd only started YouTube back up again as well, right? He comes over, put that on your YouTube channel.
It is when something like that happens, though. It's so, especially on the lorry. I remember you'd be delivering firewood, and you'd have to you'd load up the firewood in the wood, and the Quilcha guy would give the number of the farmer that you're bringing it to.
They're like your RSA basically, aren't they?
You see, when we cut timber, we work under Quilcha on contract.
Yeah.
So we just cut the timber. Timber isn't out. So like we get it out, we're paid to get it stacked inside the road, cut it, extract it.
Yeah.
And Quilcha then either have a buyer for it, or it goes up for auction and different mills buy it. And then it's someone else's job.
So it's all Quilcha's trees.
It's all Quilcha's trees. Yeah, no, there is private sales, but we just work for Quilcha. And then someone else puts in the tender for the lorry work. So like we have lorries, but our work is maybe Kilkenny and
Warford, that sort of thing.
But we cut the timber around here. But when we were working around Clare, and I remember I rang the farmer and I was there, where am I bringing it? He told me where to go, and I said, I always ask the same thing, was there a lorry in there before? Because lorries in here all the time. And I got as far as the turning in, and I was there, Jesus, I don't know about this. But I drove in anyway, and next thing I get down to the bottom of the yard, and there was only tippers in there. And there I am with 75 foot of a fucking lorry, nowhere to turn it, and I had to reverse the whole way out with a dolly trailer. I had to bring in the mirrors. It took me ages. I ended up, once I had to ring the guards and get them to beckon me out on the road, because I thought I was going to fucking kill people.
Yeah. But we showed that you can never be too careful though, you know what I mean?
Never be too careful.
And even if you fucking think you're being careful, you're like, no, I'm not being careful.
Yeah.
I mean, like fucking I hate when cunts tell that, especially it's always a yard fella and he always has a smoke in his hand and he's wearing one of those fucking high-vis jackets top to bottom and the fucking trousers to go with it. Yeah. And one fella said that to me one day about a place in Santry, right? And it's like it's a shower crowd or whatever. Everyone goes in here all the time, but fucking you wouldn't think it, right? You drive in this little narrow passageway beside the warehouse, right? And you get to the end of it, and there's a fucking another building there, and there's about 20 foot of a gap between that building and that building, and that building's coming out of this wall, and the other building's along this wall, so you're here. And he said, you can get in, and I'm not joking you, there's millimetres in it without taking the headboard off the trailer, and getting it in and around, and then taking the other wall and the back of the trailer out of it.
Yeah.
And that was
I'd hate to be working on it. I'd hate to drive a lorry around Dublin and all them. I'd hate it.
But everyone like always wonders like, are you living in Dublin? No, I'm from Dublin, but I'm the biggest country fucker ever. Send me anywhere. Not Dublin.
No, I don't like that. Too much traffic. You can't control what anyone else is gonna do.
It's gone.
People sideswiping you. You don't have the brakes they have. It's just horrible.
Especially I do the tankers all the time, and people think, oh, that looks fucking easy, short trailer. That is probably the fucking hardest work you ever do. It's the most fucking underpants filling fucking.
Why?
Because right, if you were driving it, especially if you're in my lorry's a Renault, right? For the minute anyway, it's a Renault, but it's extremely light, right? Like compared to like a Scania would be about 2 or 3 ton heavier than it, so it's a lot more sturdy on the road. But if you're in one of those tanks and you're in high wind, you fucking may hold on for dear life because it's a high cube tank. It's not like a milk tanker. Milk tankers are much lower down and it's underneath the cab. And it's all like streamlined. There is a bit of a wobble in it, but not as much as these things, like, because all your weight is at the top of it and it's constantly moving.
So like, can you feel it moving much? Like,
oh yeah,
when you're driving or with
all the time, yeah. Especially when you're trying to slow down. It's like
pushing it.
It's like having a big fucking gorilla on your back punching the head off you, and you don't know when it's gonna hit you next.
Really, are they half empty?
It depends. Like, it depends who loads them. You know that kind of way, because every truck is different. Just say like the truck sits a bit high, like just say a Scania sits a bit higher than my lorry.
Yeah.
So that means the tank's a bit more like that. So he feels less in it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's closer to the top. So when I get it in my lorry, there's about 2 foot of a gap up the top of it, and that's when it's really fucking.
So when you're on roundabouts, it's a horrible. Like if you have to brake on a roundabout.
You have to basically, you can't go into a turn, any turn, no matter how severe or whatever it is, faster than 25, 30 kilometers an hour. Just can't.
So have you any of the new lorries with the brake assists on them? And
Yeah, a few of them have it. Like the new Renaults have them, and
they're kind of dangerous. You're fully loaded and you come into a roundabout and someone comes in front of you. The lorry just brakes and then your load kind of shifts.
I've filled a lot of my underpants because of those new Renaults with the tanks on. Never again.
I hate the steering on the Renault.
Do you?
I hate it's up here. It's like it's real up like this, and it doesn't come down enough.
You know, I don't know what it is. I just love the Renaults because there's nothing showy about them. Do you know what I mean? They're a fucking tool.
They're a budget Volvo.
Yeah, they are a budget Volvo. But they have all the good things of the Volvo that fucking you don't have to pay for. Even though it's not me paying for them.
But the steering, does it not bother you?
No.
Like, because it's real. It's up here. It fucking drives me bonkers.
Especially with me, because I'm really long. And people, you said to me as well, like, people don't expect how tall I am, yeah?
Yeah, you probably don't notice it as much.
No, I do. My knees, especially in the premium, because the cap is so
small. You have a steering knuckle.
Huh?
Do you have a steering knuckle?
I don't know.
You're not a tank.
If I put a steering knuckle on that, and I just say I got out of it, right, without putting the steering wheel up, I'd be dead.
Really?
It'd kill me, because there's so little room to get out of it. It's like getting through a fucking wardrobe door. That's exactly what I was trying to get out.
Do you miss manual lorries?
No. I drove loads of manual lorries. My first Ridget was manual, and I went everywhere in that thing. But I've like ground pains in my left knee, so it's like a lump on my knee, and that gets sore all the time because I'm fucking super long and I don't eat well or anything. So it's constantly sore. So now I don't miss them. I like getting into them and driving them, but then when you're fucking driving, you're crunching the box.
The first lorry I was on had no power. It was like 380 horsepower.
What was it? Volvo?
It was Volvo, yeah. It was a Rigid. It had loads of gears, none of them the right one. And my arm, it was so bad. But I really missed them. When we got the first iShift, it was just, I couldn't believe how it wrecked everything. Like,
yeah.
When you go into the wood and you load your load of timber.
So they're probably all manual lorries that go in there already.
They were. Now it's very hard to get a manual lorry. Yeah. But what happened was I was so looking forward to getting this automatic lorry because I didn't want to be changed. But when you go into the wood, you can't rock an automatic.
Yeah.
So like when you load and you're on off road, and then it sinks down into the ground. But like you could get out of it. It's the only way you can rock a manual. You get your clutch and you can
get it
out of it.
Clutch, but you get
but
it
now you can't. You can't rock them at all. Or
we have how many? Do we have 2 manuals left? One of them was actually no, that's gone. Now the engine blew 2 weeks ago.
What was it?
We had a CF. My dad actually bought the CF brand new back in 2008, right? And fucking, it was at the time like that was only a second brand new lorry. He brought a brand new XF in 06. They're about like Musgrave. You ever see Musgrave lorries? Exact same as them, but to my dad, fucking the balls. Do you know what I mean?
Is he a deaf man?
Originally he was, because my granddad used to drive a 3300, so that's where it all started. Do you know what I mean? But he bought the manual 06, and then that was great, and then he gave it to another driver, and he got the CF just for fucking pootling around, you know. And fucking that lorry has been more trouble than else. It fucking tried to kill a man twice by jackknifing fucking 2 trailers on him, once on the N7 and once, where was the other one? Down in Limerick, I think it was. He went to pick up a higher trailer and kill. Next thing you know, brakes lock up and that fucking thing rolled off. But it got
Did you ever jackknife?
No, never. Thank fuck it. That's actually my biggest fear, right? Even when you're going down the road and you're just thinking about nothing, and then you just think, what if I fucking jackknife this lorry? That happens to me all the time because you're so fucking bored, you know. You're on your own.
It's just a horrible feeling when you're on a lorry and you're on a main road. Do you know what? I don't know whether you have that, but cars look like they're going so fast towards the main road. You know where they put up a crossroads, and you're like, is this cunt gonna stop? Is this cunt gonna stop?
That happens to me all the time because I do this place in Cavan, and you go between Virginia and Bayborough. Now this back road is fucking wild. It's the wild west of a road. Like, it's like a roller coaster driving on. I actually videoed half it and put it on the channel, right? But it's so dangerous, and you can't see cars coming from crossroads. And lads in Cavan are fucking lunatic. I've never seen lads drive like them in my life.
Are you sure they're lads?
A lot of them are women.
Right, as
he's do you ever get a lot of women hating you?
Yes. But you know, what about it?
But fucking, we go out there and fucking.
I was not feeling. I had a lorry. I was driving one day up through Killaloo, and the drawbar broke on the trailer, dolly trailer, slammed on the brakes. Dolly trailer rammed up into the back of me, and it flipped all over. There was timber everywhere. It was a massive mess. No, I wouldn't recommend it now.
No.
Wouldn't recommend it.
But that's always my fucking biggest fear, is you're just driving down the road and you're just bored and you're not thinking about anything, and you try not to look at your phone or anything like that. Next thing you know, this could fucking jackknife now, and especially when you're with the tanks and they're full, you're like, if I flip this now, you're like, I'm fucked. Shit goes wrong quick. But that, you just have to fucking get on with it and fucking, realise, like,
If you weren't at the lorries, what would you be doing?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because I was doing sales for a while and it's too fucking sleazy, to be honest. I don't fucking like it. It was too much pressure. Everything fucking relies on you, even though you're only getting fucking the shite off everyone. And I don't know. I'd probably be doing something similar to what you're doing, or diggers, or something involved in machinery anyway. Because I came from farm background as well. My dad weren't farmers, but my mother's parents were farmers, and they were all into the farming. So yeah, probably if I wasn't driving, it'd be something.
Where's
like
your mother from?
She's from Swords, the countryside in Swords, just outside Dublin. So it's like Ballybuckle. It's still all farm, but it's been taken over now. It's now like, do you ever go to Malahide? It's like the new Malahide. This is now where they're all from. So it's sort of, it's where all like the Keelings and you know, all the Keelings farm and all that. That's where all that is. It's out there.
Cool.
Alright, we'll see if we have any more questions and we'll try and wrap it up soon, because we're nearly on an hour now. Look.
Not so bad.
What else do we have?
Will anything change with your Snapchat when your next child?
Yeah.
No.
Because you're going to be even busier now.
Sure, busy anyway.
Are you looking forward to it, are you?
I am. I actually
congratulations, by the way.
I actually wanted this one more than she did.
Really?
Yeah, had to, and then I said no, I'll never. Because I don't like the new baby thing.
Yeah.
New babies are a pain in the hole.
Yeah.
You know, they cry. Women love them.
You're
looking at them, you don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ, this thing will die. Because you don't know what the fuck it wants. Like, because that's a woman thing. They're just way
and the
better
comes out
at.
purple, and you're like, it's fucked. It's broken.
but when they get bigger, it's great. I'd love to have 10. Really? I come from a big family myself. There's 11 of us. Like.
Yeah, because my mother's family was 7 or 8 of them. I'm sure now there's 3 of us. And my brother's had the one, and he won't have any more now. And
he says that now.
No, but he won't, because his fucking it was a bad birth, put it that way. You know what I mean? So I don't think she'll have another one. And now my missus, right? Actually, my missus, her mother's side, a whole lot of them are all adopted, and her dad's side, she's the only grandchild between 5 kids in her family. Yeah, don't like kids at all.
That's mad. So your woman mightn't like kids.
No, she hates kids. It's another story.
The biological clock will start ticking and they could change.
So the second she gets near towards you, she'll be like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that, baby.
Exactly.
All my friends had them.
That's why I was like, my clock started ticking when I was 30. I was like, maybe I'll have some.
What else do I fucking have to ask you? I was going to ask you that, but I don't know. Do you want to answer it? Money? Yeah. Yeah,
you could make money at this, no bother. I concentrate on making money in forestry because that's what I do. This all started by accident for me, so I kind of don't take it that serious.
No.
Like you get loads of people wanting you to do sponsored videos and stuff.
Yeah, like that's what I was going to say. Like you probably get.
Yeah, you get loads of people, but it's just I look at it and I'm there thinking, like, just for instance, someone wants you to do something for a clothes shop, and I just can't imagine anyone that watches me going, this video has been sponsored by something menswear, and everyone would just laugh at me.
TJ's jockstraps.
Yeah, it's just I can't do it. I am open to it, but only if it's something that is relevant to what I do.
Yeah.
So I concentrate on what I'm doing. I'd love to do podcasts, I'd love to do stuff like that, but it's just time. I always try to concentrate on work.
Well, like your job is similar enough to mine, even though you're in a set place all the time. You're doing 12, 13 hours a day.
Yeah,
and then you
at
have
least.
To come home, and then you have kids and a wife.
Yeah,
and
you're just busy, and I try to prioritize. I try to prioritize what I can, and what is that saying? You only tend to the things in the garden you can touch. So I'm only concentrating on what I can concentrate on. But you could make money off it. But
or it's like did you say something the other day? Like think locally and something nationally. No,
I'm not sure.
I can't remember if it was you or someone else.
But I try and concentrate on what I can. I if things change and I have time, but now with the baby comes, I don't know. I wing it. I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I got it. But I can't imagine myself doing sponsored videos with silly stuff and like it's tempting.
Yeah. I'll take it off you like stupid. Do you ever get an email and say we'll give you this?
Yeah, but there's always when you go and I've been interested and I've rang them and I've met people and I've talked to them and they're there. Oh, I want you to do 2 videos and tag them in this and sponsor 2 videos for this, and I'm just there.
That's really corporate.
I think everyone would just think, oh, look at this cunt.
Yeah.
I can't see myself doing that. But if the right thing comes along that I think isn't stupid, I would.
Yeah.
Like if the likes of John Deere came and said, oh, we're going to give you savage money, and I'd say,
and here come over to fucking Holland and we'll go fucking wherever.
It's very hard. I get offered to go places all the time. Like loads of companies offer you to come out and. Like I was offered to go to SEMA,
right?
And I was offered to go to stuff like that.
Why would you not accept stuff like that?
Because I would. I'd say, yeah, if you pay me.
Yeah,
but they're gonna say, oh, but we're gonna put you up and we're gonna fly you out. And all right, so what? Do I ring my wife and say, hey, guess what? I'm fucking off for 2 weeks. We won't be getting wages, but I'm gonna have a great time. I can't do it.
No.
So I'd be losing out on my work. I'd be leaving the kids. I'd be leaving my. I don't do stuff unless it's financially viable for me to do it.
And especially when you have a house and a mortgage and kids.
Exactly, and
I
I have plans, and I work. I'm very structured. I have to be structured on everything I do. I get up at the same time every morning. I get up at 4:30 every morning. I check my messages. I go through what I can because I don't be at my phone and stuff when I get home in the evening with the kids and stuff. And the evening goes so quick. I go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I have to spend time with them. I have to collect them from stuff that they're doing. Like Lily's going to be back hurling and. Just busy. Everyone's busy.
Yeah. It's hard even fucking for me though. I'm fucking lucky that I have the fucking time and space to do it now. Before I have kids and before I have a house that I can fucking go and actually fucking spend a couple of hours doing this and not fucking look at anyone else for a couple of days, you know what I mean, and just focus on this. But again, soon like that won't be fucking viable for me soon either, you know what I mean? But
and plus what I realise is if you're going doing a video for someone, they want to control what you say.
Yeah.
So say for instance a crowd wanted me to be brand ambassador for them, they were going to give me a car. they were going to give me a car for a year. Yeah. And I just give it to you. Yeah, give you a car for a year. I'm there. This sounds fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But we want 2-3 videos a week.
Yeah.
Just when you're in the car. While you're in the car, you can't give out about the car.
And you can't fucking mention any other brands.
You can't. Just they want to be able to share it, so you have to watch what I say. And I'm not good at watching what I say. If I have to not curse it, like I sprinkle cunt and fucking bastard on everything like it's pepper. It's I can't help it.
It's like it's a part of your language.
Yeah.
And if you have to become like mind your P's and Q's, you're not.
You're not doing it.
Yeah.
And plus, I look at Instagram and I look at all these other people, and I think it's fucking people up. It's like everyone just shows how good everything is, and everyone. I do think people only watch me because they know life is hard. I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock every morning because I want to. I'm doing it because I'm trying to make money, and everyone knows. Oh look, everyone has the same hardship. Everyone has to do that, and it's just I think that's what people want to see.
Yeah, but I think fucking. I don't know. I think influencers should all be fucked out. Do you know what I mean? Or they should fucking ban it.
I think they have a place. It's just. I don't know if it's good. Like I see Lily should be looking at little YouTube videos and I'm there. Fuck.
But it's all mad fake. Like even like what I do and what you do, you get on with it and you do it. And even though fucking life is hard and all that shit, do you know what I mean? Like you put up with bollocks all the time, but you don't get negative about it. You don't say, "Oh, this is a lot of fucking shit," and this I can't put up with this and this is.
I do sometimes.
Yeah, so do I. But like you have to always look on.
You have to. I'm fierce looking at work with my family and keeps you in check and. You just try and have a laugh where you can. Like people think that I'm doing not many videos all day. Yeah. Whereas I could have at max 6-7 minute video. My day is 16-17 hours.
Exactly. People don't see you're doing 15-16 hours a day and fucking they say, "Oh, sure, all you're doing is fucking video." A lot of people think that about me as well, and a lot of people call me a rookie and all this sort of thing, but they don't see that I fucking put up with 6 years of bollocks and learning.
You have to be a fool to be a master. I remember when I started on the forward at first, I was so bad. because
I say it right, but what? Like when you get into that, how does it even drive? Right, actually, I want to come down to you one day and go over a spin and just see how you fucking operate.
See, I used to work at Digger, and that's what I first started on. Yeah. Garrett was always on forwarders after he cut his 2 fingers off with the chainsaw. Yeah, and
got them put back on.
Yeah, like this,
stuck,
and they don't move. Yeah, he says he went in, and because he was under 18, they wouldn't chop him off, so they kept him. So he says he went in with 2 cut fingers and came out with 2 stuck fingers up like this, scars all around here from skin grafts and stuff. But he went on the forward. So when the train station thing was finished, I said, right, I'll go drive a forwarder, but I didn't know how to drive one. So I went to Galway.
And Garrett and Greg start up while you were doing this?
No, we were always working for our own. We were always working for our older brothers had machines. And
so it was all anyway.
We were all, but they went out on their own and done our own thing. Yeah. But when I first started on the machines, I just know how to work it. It was just so hard. You go from working the Digger, which is very, and then forwarders.
It's all like it's like a PlayStation.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. But I ended up just falling in love with it. I love being in it.
It looks like the coolest job ever.
It is.
You're not around.
But when you're on shit machines, it's not. Like when you start off, you're on old machines. Like when
I remember you brought in that blue one in the summer or something like that. What was that?
That was a Rotney. That was a Rotney. That was actually a beast of a
that reminded me of fucking my dad's first DAF CF.
Yeah.
Manual, roared like a bastard, but it was it was great to drive.
But when you're starting off, on all machines like in lorries, and they're breaking down and you're laying down in the muck and you're changing pipes. And we were staying out all the time. We were working on Connemara, we used to work up in Donegal, we used to stay out all week. This is the last 7 years we're working around home. Other than that, we were always travelling to work.
And you're so lucky now that you're all around home.
Yeah, we were lucky. You see, we've only the 2 machines and the tractor and the low loader. So when you're competing with bigger crowds, you do the work kind of no one else wants to do.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of hills, a lot of wet ground.
Yeah, but that sort of stuff used to be like a challenge.
It's good, and we have the machines to do it. Like that's why there's people ask why we have a John Deere and why we have a Komatsu.
Yeah.
The Komatsu works better on hills because there's a wider working angle, so the angle is always up. So if you're on a hill, you have more power in your crane, it's more stable.
And do you ever get like a brown in pants moment when you're on the side of a hill and you're like, I could fucking tip over here, or is the machines are so sorry you don't
20
even
times a day?
Yeah.
Every day. Every day you have it. You've learned the skills to sort of mitigate it a little bit.
Yeah, when you're watching it on Snapchat, you don't fucking take into account that they're on the fucking side of a mountain. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
like, it looks all like.
But anyone that's adding, anyone that's good, like we only know what we do from people teaching us.
Yeah.
Like we've worked.
You're all talking your old then.
My old lad never worked on machines, but my older brothers did. And the first person I worked with was Peter Sheeran. He taught me a lot. The guys that worked with him. Then I worked for Sullivan's down in Clonmel, and they taught me. You learn something new from everyone.
Yeah.
Like I'm at this years. Like I'm 25 years on forwarders and stuff.
Okay.
I know. I'm 40 this year.
Are you?
I'm 40 this year. I know. But you just learn. You're always learning every day. Every day you're learning.
Yeah.
Because the ground changes all the time. It's not anyone can drive forward.
It's always something new.
Yeah, it's the ground you have to learn.
Yeah.
It's like I was just before Christmas. I was working, and it was like we were there. Oh, will we do it? Fuck it, yeah, we'll do it. No, you mitigate the dangers as much as you can.
Yeah.
But like you're grabbing the timber, and next thing she just takes off, gone. Just
and you're like,
gone down the hill. So you're there and you're working it, and you're trying to keep her steady and. But it's interesting, the day flies. But
it's fucking good like that. Even same fucking what I do. If I done the fucking same thing every day of the week for the fucking like pulling the same trailer and going to the same place, you'd fucking go insane. You'd be mad. You'd be bored out of your head. Like it'd be a miserable life doing that. Like I'm not slagging anyone that does do it all the time or anything like that. But I'm just saying, definitely wouldn't be for me. It wouldn't be for you. You have to keep everything fresh. Like, do you know what I mean?
And who you work with is so important. Like I was just saying to you earlier, like it's the people that you surround yourself. Yeah. You know, the quality of the people dictates the quality of your life.
And you're all with your brothers, and you're all looking out for
each
other.
And we really get on.
Yeah.
And
like you see every time I say everyone that will watch this will be like the bond you have with your brothers.
There would be my friends. Like we're all pals.
And you all go out drinking together and call out to each other. And
that's what we do.
Me and my brother.
And we can share the machines properly. So like we work in a 3-man setup.
Yeah.
So we have the 2 machines. So if the forwarder, we all drive everything. Like I drive the harvester, Garrett drives the harvester, Garrett works the chainsaw now. Me and Greg don't work the chainsaw. He
seems like a hardy bastard, doesn't he, Garrett? He's just he do
this is the most devastating. I've never been able to beat Garrett in that wrestling, right? My whole life. Now he's on chainsaws his lifetime. And about a year and a half ago, I was there. Fuck this! I'm gonna go to the gym. Yeah. So I was going to the gym, and now I'm fucking not a strong person. Right? I have to work hard at what I'm doing. So I said to Garrett, I'm going to beat you in an arm wrestle at Christmas. Right? Because Garrett hasn't been going to the gym. He injured himself hurling last year. Now he's working the chainsaw, but I was so sure I was going to beat him. I was there. I'm able to bench press my way, right? So I was there. That was a big deal for me to get to that.
You're probably saying 60 kilo or something like that, is it?
82.
82?
Yeah.
That's you're hardy.
And I'm there thinking, I'm going to beat you in an arm wrestle. Garrett was there. I have a bet before you even. I don't care how hard you think you are. I was so sure. At Christmas we decided to have an arm wrestle, right? And we said I was so sure I was going to beat him, right? I was there. Do you want to warm up or stretch or something? Because I don't want to hurt you. And not only did he beat me, he just like hurt my arm. Like he really did. It was like I was just so sure.
Like, right, well,
it's just that when there's such a difference, and my arms would be bigger than him. I'm a bigger fella than him, but it's just there's such a difference between strength and strength. When you're working manually like that, Garrett is like has the chainsaw all day. Like Garrett works.
Shoulders like a fucking gorilla.
Hail, rain, sleet or slow. He's getting wet. He has to change his clothes after. If there's no sawing to be going on in the wood, what happens is if the forwarder is far behind, Garrett will drive the forwarder with me and we'll work different shifts. Yeah. And if the harvester is getting it hard to cut, like if we go into a shit timber, it's really hard to cut and it's easy for me to get it out. Yeah. So Garrett will double shift the harvester with Greg. So people often ask, does Garrett do anything? And we always go, no, Garrett does nothing. He actually does all the hard, nasty stuff.
And he doesn't mind. He just fucking.
No, we made the decision. Greg always has to be on the harvester because Greg's just so good at it.
Yeah.
Like I would never.
Seems it as well. He just fucking, you know.
It doesn't matter what timber or what ground. Like I wouldn't be able to get out the timber that I get out if Greg didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Because Greg just leaves it all perfect. He can see a way to cut it that we can get it out. He plans the wood perfectly. Like we'll walk every wood and make sure that we can get the shortest distance road.
I'd say there's loads of planning that goes into it. You can't just go into wood and start fucking chipping away.
No, you have the technology to plan it, but you have to we really.
It's like farming where you everything's on a fucking map and you
that's it,
map it all,
But we have to be way more careful than farmers, like with water, with ground damage.
So all that stuff be buried underneath all the trees now, doesn't it? Electrical cables and all that sort of stuff.
No, not really. Just we have to be really careful with the environment.
Yeah.
So like we have way more rules and regulations than a farmer would.
Yeah.
Like, we take pride in our work. Like our main objective is to do everything as well as we can. Like we stack everything perfect. We do the job right. That's the only way we can compete with anyone.
Yeah. So we're the same. But the closer knit you are and the more hard working you are, the better off it will work out for you.
That's it.
Yeah. There's not attend to every job with love and care. You know that kind of way.
There's nothing easy anymore. You have to work hard at it.
No, I'm gonna rip up the last couple of questions and we'll wrap it up because we're actually going an hour and 10 minutes now. Look.
Yeah, no bother.
We're absolutely flying away.
How many brothers and sisters
do you have?
7 brothers, 4 sisters. And the oldest is the only one not at the timber. Sean, he's a singer. He is a country band.
How did you get? Did you want fame because your brother?
I was in the band with him.
Were you?
Yeah, I done a year. Badly played the piano, but he was looking for a backing singer and a singer, and I used to get up in front of all the other ones and I'd sing my little country songs. And
I'd say he does be fucking walks into a bingo hall. You know,
he's that's his career. That's what he's done.
Really? But it's deadly though, isn't it?
Oh, he loves it. He's never done anything else.
And what made him go up to Donegal?
He married a woman up there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, your Mickey's is what'll bring you everywhere. That's what'll do it. And his actual son is now driving a forwarder with my brothers.
That's what's his name again? Sean, is that?
Sean. He was working in McElhenny's clothes shop. He was modelling and selling clothes and stuff.
You got too big for Letterkenny?
He was just there. I want to drive a forwarder. I want all that money. I want to make money. I want to make money.
That's mad. He comes all the way down here to.
Comes all the way down.
And he's probably working for your competition then, is he?
No, he's working for my other brothers.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, my brother Barry and my brother-in-law John have 4 lorries and they have 4 machines.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that now.
And then John's son Dara has 3 lorries. So then you have me and Garrett. We have and Greg. There's the 2 machines and tractor. My uncle PJ has 4 machines and a lorry.
That's good. So these are all nearly all.
Oh yeah.
That's mad.
And all my uncles and stuff are, other than that, they're just farmers.
That's mad, isn't it? And your sisters have anything to do with any of that sort of things? Or
sisters all married to machine drivers except for 2.
That's mad.
Yeah, and one of them's married to an engineer and he fixes all their stuff. So
it never goes too far.
No, it never goes too far. Like if we have a family gathering there, you could get hit with a log of timber now. Fairly handy.
I'd say it's fucking every Christmas is a big business meeting.
It more or less, yeah.
Because it's got our fucking family couldn't be a fucking wider range of fucking people at all. Like all my mother's, like one of my uncles is like the head organiser for Jameson International, so like, all fucking parties and all that Jameson have, like he's a fucking superstar global, flying all around the world doing all this, and then other side of it, one of my uncles is a postman, and then like we're all fucking completely different, every single one of us. So it's gas. Like all your families.
We're all addicted to lorries and machines.
That all my family, all my like my little brother doesn't give a shit about them at all. He does right. He's so, how would I say it, sheltered.
Really?
Right, he was born in 2000, right? So this is like he was brought up on the computers now, whereas we were I'd say we were just about the last generation to not be.
But it's funny, I heard you in a podcast saying that I was always on him.
Yeah,
I was always on him.
We were, but fucking back then it wasn't as much of a thing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we were like, you get an hour on a PlayStation and get out the fuck outside.
I lived in it. I lived on PlayStation.
Did you?
I lived on
it. We had them as well, but it wasn't as, I don't know, it just didn't take over as much as fucking, like, because again, my mother's side, they were all farmers, so when we went over there was nothing to fucking do apart from going around and throw rocks and things and all that kind of way.
Gran Turismo, Tekken, wanking. That is all I done from, I'd say 95 to I'd say 2000.
Seriously?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Who doesn't love wanking? If you're not getting sex, you have to wank.
Oh, stop, yeah. A lot of I'd say, but my little brother would be the kind of one that wouldn't even fucking talk about wanking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even talk about, I don't know, like when you talk to him, he's the most weird, like he's gas, right? I don't even know, but not. You walk into the room, hi Ben. Oh. And you go, what's it like? Not much. Alright.
But people aren't used to talking. That's what I notice about young people now. And like, God, I feel so old when I say that, young people.
Yeah.
But they're not used to talking to people.
But it's gas when you think of someone born in 2000, they're fucking 20 years of age now.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm 96 now, right? But I'm only 24. But even when I think 2000, how the fuck are they 20? Like, I keep looking at him, like, and he's like you and Garrett, right? My little brother is chiseled as fuck. He's huge. He's a monster. He's bigger than me, like, and he's been in the gym for the past 2 years. He was a fat little fucker when he was young.
Yeah.
And then got fucking cop on, went to the gym, and now he's huge. But I keep telling him I'll kill him.
Do you go to the gym?
Well, before I went back driving lorries, I had the time to.
Lorries will do it.
Lorries will kill you.
Oh,
they will, and that's the fucking worst thing about them. They're fucking so good that they kill you. So, I mean, you're so invested in them, and especially like I see a lot of other YouTubers and they're all bleeding part-timers crying that they have to do over 10 hours a day, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there's no such thing as that. We do 15 hours a day and you don't moan about it and you go home. But if you're starting at fucking 5 or 6 in the morning and you're not getting home till 8 or 9 at night, you need to have dinner or something.
It's hard. It is hard.
I used to try and go to the gym, but you can't go out. You can't go to the gym without eating something proper because you've been in. You know yourself. You've been in petrol stations and all that shit every day and drinking fucking fatty cappuccinos and all this other shit. So by the time you get home, you're so bollocks and worn out that you don't even have the fucking capacity to make yourself dinner. You just end up going to bed and then waking up again at 4:30 or whatever, and off you go again. So I'm gonna try and go when I get to the new house. I'm gonna set a bit of a regime that I'll go.
We put a gym in the house.
There
you go now.
There's actually the fellow I bought the house off. He owns a gym 10 minutes away from the house, and he said he gave us free membership.
Really?
House, yeah, so
that's a great deal.
Yeah. So fucking not free. I wouldn't say it'd be free, but sure. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There's a gym right down the road, and I'm gonna try and start cut back a tiny bit. Do you know, not going away if I can, just because I want to be at home today. You know yourself.
So what age are you again?
24.
Oh, you're only a chap.
I'm only young, yeah, but I feel like I'm about 40 years of age. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know. I feel like, you know yourself when you're working for self-employed people and you get their way of thinking, you feel like you're fucking miles out. Like my mates, fucking you ask them to do more than an hour's work. No, I'm not fucking doing that.
No. But at 24, that's the way you're kind of supposed to.
Yeah, you should be going out.
So you
jizzing on everything. You know?
Yeah, you're not really supposed to be that worried about what you're doing.
No, but that's the thing with me. I was born with it and brought up with it, and my older brother as well. He's so fucking business driven. It's unreal. That's why I was saying he won't get out of it because he fucking fully believes that's he has to make that his fucking thing, and he's doing it really well. And you have to give it to fucking people like that. I'm the same, but except I'm not gonna go chasing the business end of it. I wanted to fucking bring entertainment into it and start videoing it and not make it fucking boring. Make it entertaining. It's like what you do with Snapchat and.
Well, I'm. Like I said, I'm 40 and I still don't know what I want to do when I get older. Yeah,
I understand. I bet you don't think like, right, in a fucking year's time you might get offered a fucking TV program or something. No. Do you know what I mean? Or you might get offered to do something else, or that you or host a radio show or do podcasts. And like I think you do the podcast, it'd fucking take off. Even though you're talking shy, doesn't matter. People don't want to listen to the radio anymore or watch TV.
Well, I don't listen to the radio.
No, you're right, and I don't fucking listen to the radio or TV. I only listen to the radio when you hear the weather. That's all. You know what I mean? But people don't want that anymore. People want more realistic stuff, like they watch you or they watch me or they watch fucking other people on the platform as well, and they want to see real stuff because they're so fucking sick of looking at fucking ads every 15 minutes. I know, ads give you a pain in your tits. And you're looking at it and you're like, you look fucking miserable in the ad, but you're in the ad, you're like, it's fucking perfect and I love my life and I'm not going to kill her when I go home. I'm amazed at your it's such a tidy little laptop. It's fucking tidy, but some days you want to drive your fucking fist straight through the thing. But I love doing this. I love fucking the fact that now you're the first guest on it and it went so fucking smoothly. Like it's like sitting here and having a conversation. You don't even mind all this. To you won't even see all this, but there's a whole fucking load of show here that fucking shouldn't be here basically, you know what I mean? This is my first one to do as well. Exactly, yeah, and I'm delighted to fucking have you on as well because I knew people would fucking be interested in seeing you and not fucking. That I'm not just a thing in this size of a phone. When I came here, I said to him, I walked into the house and I said, I've seen the inside of this house more times than you can imagine, and it's fucking bigger than me, like. And it's not. It's a small little house. No, it's not. It's fucking. When you see in the videos, it looks smaller. Just when I moved in here, it was just a shed. There was nothing in it at all. No, I didn't even have curtains. My kitchen's actually very similar to that. Very similar to that, yeah. Well, she's turning that into a utility room. She's after buying
wine cooler for there, and she doesn't drink fucking any wine. Or anything.
I went looking for that non-alcoholic wine for. I came here. Couldn't find it. Duns in Coil Centre. You need to fucking up your game.
Well, thank God she didn't, because she wanted me to take the kids away. She enjoyed it or something.
Oh yeah.
But no, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was easy. Any other questions there?
What do we have?
I did think that you thought I was doing you one over.
No. So, you scan your Volvo. You're a Volvo man. We answered that already. Right. So everybody, we're after putting the mic in your hands and putting on David's Instagram page. Would you like to ask any questions?
Now, funny enough, we only done it about 3 hours in.
We started out when it was bright and now it's fucking dark.
Right, what are some of the pros and cons of driving a forwarder?
Who asked the question? We'll give them a fucking mention just because fucking don't want anyone crying at us now.
Flanagan.
Flanagan, you're famous now.
The pros of driving a forwarder. As opposed to what though?
The pros of being unemployed or fucking employed.
It's better to have a job. I like that you're on your own, and I like that you can. I go home at night and I download my podcast and I download my audiobooks and I get to listen to them all day on my own and just chill out. And I like being on my own.
Exactly. Same as driving lorries, except as you said earlier on, you don't go down with your ship.
Exactly. You can go home.
Yeah.
And forwarders are cool. I like the technology. I like how comfortable they are.
Yeah, they're deadly.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's interesting.
Did I spend long driving lorries? Was it all timber lorries? It was all timber lorries. We discussed that earlier on. And I won't be answering that one. That one. Yeah.
Big things coming soon.
Yeah. But yeah, this is my first podcast doing. It was cool.
Yeah, I'm fucking glad to have you as the first guest on.
Yeah.
Everybody, David, thanks again for coming on the podcast. Thanks for watching. If you've stuck around this far, hopefully you're not bored out of your tits.
Please God.
Hopefully we might get David on again sometime in the future. So if you have any questions for him in the future, leave them below this video and like, subscribe, all that usual bollocks. And I'll see you tomorrow.
We're gonna go wank each other off now and
see you later.
See ya.